Hello, I'm Adam. I've been trying to communicate my speaking skill recently by improvising for 5 minutes on some random topic. But today, I couldn't think of a topic. So instead, I'm going to read poems from Lord Byron for 5 minutes. Starting off with the Song of Saul before his last battle. Now, Saul was the first king of Israel before King David. You can find his story in, I think, either 1st or 2nd Samuel. Good luck. Warriors and chiefs, should the shaft or the sword pierce me in leading the host of the Lord, heed not the course, though a king's in your path. Bury your steel in the bosoms of Gath. Thou who art bearing my buckler and bow, should the soldiers of Saul look away from the foe, stretch me that moment in blood at thy feet. Mine be the doom which they dared not to meet. Farewell to others, but never we part. Here to my royalty, son of my heart. Bright is the diadem, boundless the sway, or kingly the death which awaits us today. Next is the vision of Belshazzar. The king was on his throne, the satraps thronged the hall. 1,000 bright lamps shone over that high festival. 1,000 cups of gold in Judah deemed divine, Jehovah's vessel hold, the goddess heathen's wine. In that same hour and hall, the fingers of a hand came forth against a wall, and wrote as if on sand. The fingers of a man, a solitary hand, along the letters ran, and traced them like a wand. The monarch saw, and shook, and bade no more rejoice. All bloodless waxed his look, and tremulous his voice. Let the men of lore appear, the wisest of the earth, and expound the words of fear, which mar our royal mirth. Chaldee's seers are good, but here they have no skill, and the unknown letters stood, untold and awful still. And Babel's men of age are deep and wise in lore, but now they were not sage, they saw but knew no more. A captive in the land, a stranger in youth, he heard the king's command, he saw that writing's truth. The lamps around were bright, the prophecy in view. He read it on that night, the morrow proved it true. Belshazzar's grave is made, his kingdom passed away, he in the balance weighed, is light and worthless clay. The shroud his robe of state, his canopy the stone, the Mede is at his gate, the Persian on his throne. Next is the destruction of Sennacherib. The Assyrian came down like the wolf on the fold, and his cohorts were gleaming in purple and gold. And the sheen of their spears was like the stars on the sea, when the blue wave rolls lightly on deep Galilee. Like the leaves of the forest when the summer is green, that host with their banners at sunset were seen. Like the leaves of the forest when autumn hath blown, that host on the morrow lay withered and strown. For the angel of death spread his wings on the blast, and breathed in the face of the foe as he passed. And the eyes of the sleeper waxed deadly and chill, and their hearts but once heaved, and forever grew still. And there lay the steed with his nostril all wide, but through it there rolled not the breath of his pride. And the foam of his gasping lay white on the turf, and cold as the spray of the rock-beating surf. And there lay the rider distorted and pale, with the dew on his brow and the rust on his mail. And the tents were all silent, the banners alone, the lances unlifted, the trumpet unblown. And the widows of Asher are loud in their wail, and the idols are broke in the temple of Baal. And the might of the Gentile unsmote by the sword hath melted like snow in the glance of the Lord. Thank you.